welcome back to my channel. Hope everyone is having a phenomenal day today. So today I'm excited because I finally get to do, I love how like my nose is itchy because of all the powder on my face. But today I'm excited because it is time for the monthly faves and fails, which normally I do on the first of the month and then I do my empties on the second. But because of the way my stash fell this month, that didn't happen because I always do them on Saturdays and Sundays. So, but let's get straight into this because I'm really excited to talk about these products. And my cat's literally at my door crying. Felix! I don't know if you guys can hear him on camera. Felix! Oh, he's like, Mommy, let me in. He would get on everything. So let's get into this though. So I decided I'm going to start with my fails first because I feel like we always start with faves and then we do fails. And I don't know, I want to do a little different. Let's start out on a sour note and then end on a positive note. I don't know, I feel like that's better, right? Okay, so what did I not like this month? So, if you guys saw any of my stashes, I've obviously already kind of talked about some of these products, but I tried out it's almost like the Luna play, no, like the regular Luna, like the mini or the full-size Luna by Fior, I think that's how you pronounce that brand. But this is the Ultra version, so this one is a battery-operated one, while the other one is charged, which is my biggest downfall with him, because you have to unscrew him. His batteries come out, and then I just feel like it's a waste. I mean, he's only $40, which, I mean, that's like the price of like the mini, which is really, really tiny. But I think overall, in the money that you're going to be spending on batteries, you might as well just go ahead and get the Luna, because it will be cheaper. So that's what I'm going to end up doing. He's going to go back to the store, aren't you? I'm going to wait till he hasn't gone back here because I had to shoot this video. Next thing that failed for me was from Montly. I think I'm pronouncing that right. My sister is not here to go, yes you are, no you're not. But this is their micellar cleansing water with organic grape water and chamomile. Chamomile and chamomile, two totally different things. But I got this from like a Sephora kit. Let's see if he wants to focus. There he is. There he is. My biggest thing with it, it did take off my makeup. It was a lot slower than like the Garnier, I think it's Garnier, micellar water. This one, my biggest problem with it is it left my face feeling like there was like an oily residue on it, and I'm like, it doesn't feel clean, and that's like a big thing for me, and so I was like, no. Failure. Speaking of failure, so I tried the Sephora waterproof eye makeup remover. This stuff was terrible. It didn't really want to take off my makeup. It got in my eyes and burned. It wasn't a fun experience. I didn't enjoy him. I might use him to continue like take off swatches because it felt like it didn't do that bad on that, but on like my eye area, terrible. Hate it. Do not recommend at all. And since I was just talking about makeup, we might as well do this guy. So this is from the Brow Gal. So this was their palette that came in the BoxyCharm. I'm like trying to think BoxyCharm or Beauty Connor's BoxyCharm. But this was their convertible brow. So basically it's like 3 different like brow powder to pomades, and I'm trying to get him open without breaking my nails. So that's what the inside looks like. So they've got a black, a kind of like auburn, and then like a taupe. And I tried the auburn-ish color and the taupe color, and they both work. It's just, when I do my brows, I'm going to get a little close to you guys, I have a very distinct tail, and I love having my tail on my brow. But this guy, it was too hard to play with. Even when I play with him wet, it was just a pain in the butt. I just don't feel like he's worth it. He's not worth my time. So, the product wasn't too terrible, but I'd rather use a Benefit product of any caliber. I feel like he's probably similar to Brow Zingers, which I think is the only, that and the 3D Brow Gel, I think the only ones I haven't tried are the Benefit Brow line. So yeah, I do not recommend him. And let's move back to skincare. So I used the Tarte Friction Stick, which, it smells okay. My biggest thing is, it felt like the exfoliation just wasn't doing it for me. So you like roll him up and then you roll him like directly onto the face. I felt like it wasn't, the exfoliation was just a little too rough for my skin, and you're supposed to be able to leave it on as like a detoxifying mask. I just felt like it wasn't doing anything for my face. I feel like it was just way too hyped up. I honestly liked something from Garnier better than the Tarte one, which is really sad because I was really open for him and like I thought it was going to do well because I've always wanted to try like the actual full-size one, but I was like, got him in play, gonna use that. Last thing from skincare that failed this month was from Skin Iceland. This is their Icelandic Relief Eye Cream. Honestly, it's nice and cooling, but it did nothing for my under eye dark circles. So that's the inside of the product. And no joke, I think I gave one of these to my friend and hoped that she had success because he failed for me so badly. But that's what the front of the product looks like. It's just a little sample size that I got from, I think, like an Ulta kit or something. But yeah, I do not recommend him at all. I mean, unless you like a nice cooling eye cream, which is cool, but like I wanted to actually do something. And then the last thing that failed for me, and I never want to put him near my head ever again. So this is from, I'm going to try to pronounce this. This is in French. La Dew de Mer? I think it means hydrating in French or something like that. But this is their hydrating shampoo. It's from the brand, I think, number 4. Let me get close to you guys so you guys can see the terribleness. Yeah, I really hate this thing. So my big thing is, like, this is a shampoo, and I've mentioned before, the only thing I really, like, rate on shampoos is how well it cleanses my hair and how well it balances my scalp. That's all I really care about. Everything else I either use with a styling product or a conditioner, so it doesn't have to do anything else. But that thing ruined my scalp, and I don't think I've really, like, mentioned, like, in detail. I might do a whole detail what happens with my scalp, but basically, like, my scalp freaked out on me for over a week, and it was just not pleasant. I ended up having to use something different during that shop myself to try to get everything to calm back down, and I was really upset. Ugh. Hey, I don't like messing with my hair and its balance and stuff, because my hair is just a lot of upkeep in general. Like, I'm gonna have to, like, show you guys one day how long my hair is, but it like goes all the way past my hips now. But let's move on to faves, because it's like, let's stop getting all depressed by all these products that I did not like. So into the faves, and this is going to be completely random because I'm just going to start pulling stuff out because there's a ton of stuff because I used this baggie again, and it's just literally filled with products. So many products. So palette, I swear I used this at the very beginning of the month, but this is the Too Faced Love palette. You might still be able to find it at Nordstrom Rack. That's where I picked mine up at, but he's so pretty and I love him and he's so cute. And I'm actually going to take his little, this is what you can do for your, oh wait, no, I was going to use that as like a, I'll just use my lip stain as sealed makeup bag again. I literally have this sitting in front of, which is beautiful. But I love the shadows. There's literally not one shadow in here that I didn't absolutely adore. The pigmentation is gorgeous. It's all really glittery. It's just a very me palette. I really liked it. I loved him so much. Cannot wait to revisit him later, because no joke, I think I'm going to keep using him towards the springtime because I feel like he's got some springiness to him. Next thing, so I used this from Soap & Glory. It's one of the first things I think I tried from Soap & Glory. But this is their hand cream. And it was amazing because, like, my skin, like, the second the weather starts going from a quick, like, freezing to smoldering, like, my skin just flips out and it's like, Mom, what are you doing? So my hands really enjoyed this because it was super duper hydrating, and I don't know what they call, I don't know what pink fragrance is. They say it's their famous pink. What is it? The famous original pink fragrance. I have no idea what it is. It just smells like florally to me. So, but I really liked the hand cream. It's really nice and hydrating on my skin. And next, so I didn't want to put all of them that I've used because I used a lot during the month. So I just grabbed my favorite out of the 3 that got used in this month. So this is from Ulta Beauty. This is their Fake and Honey Exfoliating Body Scrub. Hands down, amazingness. This one I think, I just like the way it smelt on me and how it just smells so good. It's like, I know it's supposed to be fruity, but I have like a floralness to it. And it's got a little bit of sharpness to it. I really liked it. I loved it because it's a nice exfoliation. It doesn't quickly dissolve, but it does dissolve on you, but it also lathers on the skin, which is bomb. I love it. If you didn't pick anyone up for the 21 Days Beauty, they end up doing them like buy 2 get 2 free throughout the year, so they are amazing. Next thing, so I know I keep talking about this. I think this is actually in last month's faves and fails, but I couldn't help but put him in there because I've been using him so much, because I've been using a lot of face masks, like my Peter Thomas Roth one, which, no joke, I kind of just like the aesthetic of using the 24 karat gold mask. I don't know if it actually did like crazy good for my skin, but my face looked like 8,000 highlighters fell all over my face, and it was bomb. I love that. It did tighten for my face. But I love this e.l.f. I forget what it's actually called. It's like their mask tool, but I think it was like $6 or something like that. But I like it because the silicone like end over here, it's very easy to get inside your potted products and easily to like get on every crevice of your face. I love it. Hands down amazingness. I'm gonna put that down there. I literally have like bags all around me of stuff that has to be moved into the new room. It's insane. Next, so I did have something that successfully worked from the Brow Gal, which, I mean, come on, it's not hard to. So this was their like brow pencil. So it's got a, I'm trying to get closer. It's got an angled brush end so you could actually like fill in your brows, and then it's got a spoolie end so you can brush out your brows. I mean, I love this. I know Benefit has one, and I decided not to get it because literally I only use this like little tapered end when I use Cabral, and Cabral has one with it, so why would I need it? But I was like, I don't know, I like having this. This is nice. Normally when I'm using Cabral, I end up using my Precise on my brow just for the spolient, so this is probably gonna live in my makeup bag now. It's one of my regular used makeup brushes. Next, I'm saving this guy for last. So speaking of like the Tarte, how I didn't like it, not that I just brought that up, I literally just brought up in conversation. So the Garnier Clean Black, I'm like literally stumbling over words, Blackhead Eliminating Scrub. So this was awesome. I felt like it exfoliated my face very well, and come on, don't focus with the glare. There we go. But I felt like it really did a good job of like kind of cleansing out my skin, exfoliating, leaving it really nice and soft, and it was 10 times better than the Tarte, and it's 10 times cheaper than the Tarte. So, highly recommend that. You should get Ulta when they do like it on sale and stuff. The other thing that I put in here, I feel like he's been in a favorites before, but I love him, and he really was helping my hair, especially when he went through crazy dryness from that one shampoo. But this is the Josie Maran 100% pure argan oil. I know I just did the Josie Maran Luminous Collection something. It's a kit from Josie Maran. It's the only one I've done on them. But it has a 1.7 ounce of this in there, which is normally $40. I think the kit was $56, something like that. But it's a pretty awesome kit. You should check out the video if you haven't yet. I'll try to remember to link it. Probably not going to remember. I'm going to try though. I'm going to try. Really bad at remembering. But yes, that stuff is amazing. It's just really nice and hydrating. You can use it on your skin, but I mostly just use a couple of drops in my hand. When I say a couple, I literally drop about 3 drops in my long, long locks. So I mostly focus it from like here down because everything else stays pretty hydrated just from my scalp. Because your scalp will naturally hydrate your hair because it's what it does. So this was like a fave, and I would like want it maybe in the future, but it wasn't like necessary for this time. But this is from Clarins. This is their Super Restorative Total Eye Concentrate. Words, Foxy, words. Let's see if I can get it without the glare. But this stuff was awesome. I know they did it on sale at the 21 Days of Beauty. I don't think I posted on Instagram about it. I don't think I did. But it's really nice because it's really tightening under your under eyes. It definitely did that color correcting under eye, so like I didn't have my dark circles, but I don't need the crazy amount of tightening effect that it gives me. At least not in this point of my life, but literally like I'd put it on the next day. Like I would put it on in the morning time and I could feel it the next morning, so I ended up not having to put them on twice a day like I normally do with my eye creams, which I kind of miss. I just kind of like the repetitiveness of doing it. Next thing, so I put 2 different moisturizers in here because these were my top 2 from, if you guys have been watching my Shop My Stashes, I've been talking about the Sephora Favorites Must Have Hydrators set that I got from JCPenney Sephora. So basically the idea of the set is they gave you these 5 different moisturizers. One was from Sephora, one was Ole Henriksen, one was Origins, one was First Aid Beauty, and one was from Boscia. And out of the 5 that you got to try, there's a certificate in here. This little guy. Let me get a little close-up of him. But basically you get to go into JCPenney Sephora, present them with the certificate, and they will give you the full size at no charge. So these ended up being my top 2, and I think I'm going to end up going with the Boscia. So I really love the Origins High Potency Nightamins because it's super duper hydrating, and I feel like I'll love him really in the winter time, but I have so much hydrating moisturizer that's like crazy hydrating, not necessarily like a balancing moisturizer. So that's why I think I'm going to end up going with the Boscia one, just because it's lighter on my skin, and during the summertime my skin tends to be very oily. It goes, I have combination oily during like the spring, summer, and then fall, winter when it's a little bit on the drier seasons. My skin typically is more on the dry side, combination side. So yeah, I think I'm going to end up getting the Boscia, which he is technically out of the entire kit the best value to get because he's the highest price per ounce. So, but he is the smallest amount I think you can get out of this whole set. But that is it for that. So the last product I have in here, I know he was technically in a halfway point because he was part of a Shop My Stash that hit February and March. But this is from Skinvolve, and this is their Body Karate Caffeine and Argan Oil Body Cream. It is amazing. I loved it so much. It came out of a BeautyCon box. It was the winter edition box. It took me a while to decide to finally use it. but it's very similar to the Brazilian Bum Bum in its tightening effect. My only downfall with him is his initial smell. Like, I'm actually going to put a little bit on just so I can re-smell him. I know I was at a friend's house and I was literally telling them how this thing smells, and of course I never just like go like, oh, it smells like roses or something. I have to give like a painted picture of it, but I love how I'm like rubbing it in on the back of my hands instead of like with the normal hand motions. That face. So literally it smells like decaying, rotting swamp flowers. Like you went on a date somewhere and instead of taking a, like, instead of your partner taking you to like a nice like location, they took you to like a swamp and they gave you fresh roses or something and you threw them back in their face and threw in the water. That's what this smells like. It smells grotesque until it fully absorbs into your skin, and then it smells really pretty. It reminds me of the Ralph Lauren Romance. If you're not familiar with that, it's an amazing perfume. I love that one. It's one of my favorites. But that's what it reminds me of. But I think it's literally just my body chemistry, because everyone's body chemistry like does something different with scents, and I just think that initially doesn't like it very much. But I think that is it for the Shop My Stash. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Shop My Stash. This is my monthly favorites. I have lost my mind, guys. I'm so sorry. But if you did enjoy this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe. If you want to get notifications, make sure you hit that little bell down in... Actually, I think it starts with the subscribe button. I don't know. I never look at it anymore. If you want to follow me on my social medias, it's my Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat that I never use. There's a link in the description below. Stay foxy, guys.